Hey, Pastor, thanks so much for taking the time to get to know me a little better. I grew up in a pastor's home. I'm actually a fourth-generation minister. Grew up in a small town just north of Pittsburgh in an Italian home, so our priorities were pretty simple: faith, family, food, and football. Knew the call of God was on my life at a very young age. I began serving at 10, I believe, playing drums on my dad's worship team. He valued the presence of God, and I saw God do so many amazing things. I wanted to be a part of that. By the time I was in my late teens, early 20s, I was accepting invitations to share at churches, and God just began to increase those opportunities as I saw Him move. In my late 20s, early 30s, I relocated my family to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Nashville, Tennessee, and being in both the ministry capital and the music capital of the world, got to experience some great things and really be a part of some great ministries. And now I continue to travel throughout the country and throughout parts of the world, sharing this passion for God's presence and this resurgent life that God wants to give us all. And I'm just honored to be a part of what God's doing on the earth. The message God has given me is pretty clear. It's one of resurgence. The word resurgence means an increase of revival, an increase of renewal, restoration, recovery, refreshment, renewal. Basically the stuff that Jesus came to give us, right? I believe no matter where we're at in life, staring at the bottom of the barrel, standing on top of the mountain, God's design and His desire is to call us higher, to reach down wherever we're at, to pick us up and set us higher to where He is. From faith to faith, glory to glory. He's still moving today by the power of His Spirit, by the power of His Word, by the power of His presence. He's wanting to bring refreshment to the dry, restoration to the broken, and release to the captive. My mission is simple. It's to be a sheepdog to the shepherd. As part of the fivefold ministry as an evangelist, I am sent to the church as a gift to be poured out and used. And what do sheepdogs do? They round up the sheep. They get the sheep excited. They get the sheep inspired. They get the sheep to look at where they're at and look at where they're going. To come in line, to follow God, to follow the shepherd. That is my mission. And God uses the variety of gifts He's given me to serve that mission. And that is the heartbeat of my calling, that God is sending me to the church to help build the church, to help equip the saints, to be a sheepdog for you. The methods by which I serve the mission God has called me to is very diverse. I am an evangelist, I'm a worship leader, I'm a songwriter, a recording artist, a teacher, preacher, and I bring all those gifts into a toolbox and I give to you, and you determine, what best serves your vision. Depending on where people have seen me, that first impression determines, where they best want to use me. Some have seen me leading worship. Some have seen me with my team at a conference leading worship. Some have seen me just preaching. Some have seen me in a leadership standpoint of doing seminars and workshops. Whatever it is, I bring it all to the table to serve the local church. Now, there are different formats that comes in. I can lead worship with your team. I can speak. I can do special music. I can do everything myself in a service. I can also bring my entire team in as well and do a whole weekend of a lot of different things. So those are the methods by which I serve the mission God's called me to. So David, what are the means by which we can bring your ministry in? Quite frankly, what's it going to cost me? I'm a small church. I'm a medium-sized church. We're in the middle of a building program. There's other responsibilities we have. First thing I would say, Pastor, take this to prayer as you always do. Ask the Lord, is this a ministry you're connecting me with? Is this a ministry that is timely? Is something that God, you are saying, have this man in? He is instrumental in bringing a resurgence to your church, to your vision. If that answer is a clear yes, then let's do it. Let's step out in faith and let's step out in wisdom. Number one, just get me there, pay for my expenses, and do the due diligence to get people there. Get people in those seats to receive this ministry, to receive a word from the Lord, to receive a touch from God. And I believe as God touches hearts, He will open up their hearts and open up provision.